Hi guys, welcome back to the Turismo Diaries. Before we get on with today, before I introduce today's car, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on today's video and put a comment in the comment section below. Today we're driving this 2007 Audi S3. The Audi A3 has been around since 1996 with the first generation, with the second generation coming out in 2005. During that time, something rather interesting happened, and Audi actually bought a Lamborghini, I think in around 1998. And when I was first introduced to this car, I think in 2009, there was a couple of things that I thought were remarkably similar to some of the Lamborghinis. And I think this car is actually a Lamborghini hatchback, albeit not with a 5.2 litre V10 under the hood, but nonetheless there are a few things that are similar to Lamborghinis that I'm going to show you now. So to start with, externally, the lower down part of the section of the bumper especially, the way the shapes are formed, they're quite angular, really are reminiscent of that first generation Murcielago. And as you come round to the rear, again you've got this white banding that runs along the rear tail lights, which is reminiscent of the rear tail lights from the Lamborghini Murcielago, the LP640. Interior wise, there are a few more bits and pieces, and to start with, the centre console struts, they're very loosely based on the ones that you find in the Murcielago, albeit they only appear on one side. You have the two individual air vents in the centre, just above the readout in the centre console, again from the Murcielago, and the steering wheel with its flat bottom and the way that it's got the three prong connection to the overall steering wheel, that is almost taken directly out of the Gallardo. And you've actually got the head unit that you see in the Lamborghini Gallardo itself, and then you've got these top air vents again from the Gallardo. As you go down into the footwell, you've got what appears to be an accelerator pedal from the Lamborghini Huracan, and then the digital readouts themselves just look to be the same as the ones you find in the Gallardo. So there aren't that many things that you could say, oh, that's a Lamborghini, and what I've identified are loosely based, but there's I don't think it's a coincidence that with Audi taking over Lamborghini so long ago now, that things through the designing stages haven't been brought from the Lamborghinis, and obviously Audi giving a lot of the components to Lamborghini, it's no surprise that when you're in a Lamborghini you do see those Audi parts. So I'm loosely basing it on the design stages of a car. I think the Audi guys have been looking over at the Lamborghini walls and they've gone, oh, we'll have a bit of that. All that's left to do right now is take it for a drive. Under the hood we have a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine producing around 265 brake horsepower. 0 to 60 can be achieved in approximately 5.7 seconds with a top speed of a limited 155 miles an hour. With a quattro 4-wheel drive and a 6-speed manual transmission, you've got not only long range gearing, but you've also got the acceleration up front, and it moves. Whilst the ride is sporty, it's not as firm as I'd been led to believe. I'd say it's a more comfortable car than my own GT86, and it's probably not as soft as a standard A3. But having said that, it's a much sportier feeling car. The seats have bolsters that hold you in, and whilst the ride is firm, it's not uncomfortable. With the quattro 4-wheel drive system, it feels very stable to drive, and on these undulating country roads it does feel very planted. The interior is the high quality you'd expect from Audi. Whilst it's mostly based on the standard A3, there are a few indicators to tell you that you're in something slightly more special, mostly down to the splashings of the brushed chrome interior pieces and the S3 emblems that are dotted around. The things I really like about this car is that it does feel very special. The interior is fantastic. These seats, they are sportier than the standard A3, and they have this sort of perforated look, which I think goes really well with the rest of the car. The splashings of the S3 badges all over also steering wheel has been designed to frame them so they're not obscure from any point of how your seat is adjusted. Overall, it just feels like a much sportier car. Other things I like about the car is there's lots of storage along the sensor for your phone, and the boot space is about on par with its rivals in its class. But the most amazing thing is this speed. The 265 horsepower goes a long way, and with a turbocharger you can just about hear the whine. Oh, it makes for fantastic entertainment. The things I don't like, and I think it's something I would get used to, is the shape of the steering wheel. Now this is obviously, we've said it's taken its appearance from the Gallardo wheel, so it has the flat bottom, and as you turn to do your manoeuvres, it does feel quite unnatural. But again, it's just going to be one of those things that you get used to as you own the car. Another thing that is very picky is that there's no 30 miles an hour indicated on the speedo, which on UK road is quite critical due to the amount of 30 mile an hour zones we have. So when you're quickly glancing down, it's quite hard to really know that how fast you're actually going when you're looking for that speed. Another thing that isn't really a dislike and would probably add to the comfort of a long distance journey is that there's no engine note on a car that's meant to be sporty from a 2-litre engine that's producing 265 horsepower. And whilst it has quite a nice exhaust note externally, inside you're not really hearing anything as you put your foot down. It's a minor gripe, but it's just one of those things that you'd expect when you've got such a sporty car. Running costs are quite surprising for the kind of power that this car has. Road tax annually is £325, and you can expect to see figures around 33 mpg on an average run. I say with a 6-speed manual transmission, that will also help going towards economy. If you're in the market for one of these cars, obviously looking for one with a full maintenance and service history is going to be your best bet, as you're less likely to have any problems with a car that's been well looked after. Well guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. As I said, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, share it, and please leave me a comment. All the feedback has been so helpful so far, and like I said, all I want to do is bring you bigger and better videos. See you on the next one.